Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this reading. This is going to be a pick a card or pick a pile reading for the collective. I decided to do something different today and make it a little bit more interactive and things like that. So right now you see 3 piles of cards that have a different crystal on top. So the first pile number 1 is the selenite. Pile number 2 is rose quartz. And pile number 3 is a lapis lazuli. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to tune in and see which pile you want to pick before we begin. All right, so by now you should have picked your pile, and I'm gonna start with pile number 1 first, of course. And if you picked pile number 2 or 3, there will be timestamps in the description box, so you can jump right over to your own pile if you don't want to watch the entire reading. Okay, so let's get started. Here we are for pile number 1. Let's get started with the tarot messages. Just going to spread the cards out. Divine Wisdom, the King of Wands, the Hierophant, Justice, the 4 of Wands, and the Page of Cups. Okay, so we also have share your voice, embrace your inner gypsy, surrender to your belief in scarcity, surrender unhealthy relationships, and the self-care cards are connect with your ancestors and write a gratitude list. Okay, so at the top I automatically feel like pile number 1, there is a definite connection to the divine here for you. I feel like a lot of you are transitioning right now, going through a spiritual awakening. And I feel like it's very karmic. It's what's supposed to happen for you. With the Justice card here, there is definitely a lot of karmic energy happening for you right now, pile number 1. There is someone showing up here for you as the King of Wands, for some of you, and there is a really strong foundation, a strong emphasis on the home, on home life, on your relationship. And I feel like some of you, pile number 1, are really focused in on your home life and your relationship, and really getting that under control, really focusing on that, making it better, just Some of you are just really about your home. And then others of you are, really focusing in on your spirituality, really committing to expanding yourself, expanding your gifts, expanding your spirituality. And your ancestors are really coming into, some of you have gypsy ancestors right here. Everyone has a spiritual court, okay? So there may be some gypsy spirits in your court right now. And it's all about having fun, being free, setting yourself free, and sharing your voice. And when I say, one of the key words here is freedom, and embracing your inner gypsy is not just doing things all willy-nilly or being irresponsible and dancing around and stuff like that. That's part of it, but it's also about intentional freedom, surrendering, allowing for what is to be, letting things come in, allowance and surrender and acceptance of oneself. You know what I mean? And that's where a lot of the freedom lies. When you accept yourself, when you are self-aware and you love yourself, that is a really high level of freedom that it's really hard to attain. But not saying that you won't, but that's what you're being led to embrace. Embrace your inner freedom and embrace that high level of freedom. Okay. So getting back to the tarot cards, this divine wisdom and justice card is really standing out for me. I feel like the message is really heavy, and there is a lot of divine wisdom coming in for you, pile number one. A lot of you are very spiritually connected to your spirit guides and your angels and your higher self, and this is something that's been kind of brewing in your soul for a long time. I feel like a lot of you really didn't know that you were spiritually inclined, or that you were connected, or that you could possibly be like a psychic or a medium. But some of you are, and it's something that's been something that's supposed to happen at this time. Okay. And then again, the focus on the home. Some of you are presenting as the King of Wands, or this could be someone in your life who is really passionate, someone who is strong and inspiring and a real go-getter, a really good, passionate person. This could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, because this is the King of Wands. It holds that fire energy, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. Okay, so your home is really front and center for you, pile number one. Making things the way that you want them to be, maybe going and buying a home, or looking for a home, making sure that everyone in your home is happy, creating a stable foundation for your family and your kids or what have you. But I feel like for pile number one, the real center stage right now for you is home, okay? And your spirituality and being very free, tapping into what really makes your heart sing, walking through the beginning stages of your spirituality. Some of you are highly spiritual. There's a lot of spiritual cards here, and that's what I'm feeling like. it's all about, pile number one, is really finding yourself spiritually, energetically, finding your purpose, and really tapping into that energy. I feel like you're seeking guidance, you're seeking purpose, and that is why you're tapping into divine wisdom, because I feel like you've been asking for this divine wisdom, for this information. What is my soul's purpose? What am I here to do? How can I do it? What should I do? Which path should I take? And things like that. And you've been asking that. But also your guides are also asking you to embrace that higher level of freedom. While you're taking care of your 3D life, don't forget to have fun, listen to music, dance, enjoy yourself, and really express yourself, share your voice. There is a big need here for self-expression here as well, guys. All right. Then we're going to touch upon the surrender cards. Okay. Some of you need to surrender unhealthy relationships. Okay. And then some of you need to surrender your belief in scarcity, or both. You know, the universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Pile number one, you're gonna have to let go of that scarcity mindset in order to manifest the abundance that you're looking for. You can't be abundant, you can't be financially free if you have a scarcity mindset. You have to have an abundance mindset. You have to know that everything, you have to really believe and know that everything is going to be provided for you. You kind of have to act like you already have it in order to attract it. And you won't be able to do that if you're holding on to old scarcity programming. All right, so surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. Okay? So let go of those unhealthy relationships. If some of you are finding yourself in, or you're in currently now, an unhealthy relationship that's not really, where that person is not really treating you the way that you know that you deserve, or if they're not available, or if they're just not open, they're not as open as you are, they're not as free flowing. You know, a lot of people can be very withholding and not and opaque and not transparent. You know, I wouldn't be able to handle that. I need for you to be an open book, because I'm an open book. I share. And so if you find yourself in an unhealthy situation, let go of it, okay? Because you are on a path right now of finding your soul's purpose, of gaining stability, and of sharing your voice and having a high level of freedom. And you don't want a unhealthy relationship to be holding you back. All right, so self-care for you, pile number one, is connect to your ancestors, which we kind of already spoke of with the gypsies over here, and write a gratitude list. Write down the things that you're grateful for and try to do it on a day-to-day basis, pile number one. All right, so those are your messages, pile number one, and now I'll move on to pile number two. Okay, pile number two, you are up. Your cards are out. And so let's talk about it. So you have the 10 of Wands, the Devil, 8 of Cups, 7 of Cups in reverse, 2 of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. Excuse me. I feel like you guys are closing out a real toxic situation. Some of you are leaving behind a toxic relationship, a toxic job, just maybe some sort of addiction that you're like getting over. Something very, very toxic that had you really bound and restrained. But you're walking away from that. You're finally walking away from that, and you are so clear as to what it is that you want, you know. Whereas I feel like before you had a lot of options in front of you. Your thoughts were jumbled. You weren't sure as to where you wanted to go. But right now, I see a path of clarity for you. And I see you really contemplating your future, setting yourself up for success, at least trying to set yourself up for success here with the Knight of Pentacles, really pondering some things, brainstorming, putting like your ideas out on paper and kind of taking action with them, just like planting seeds. And I feel like you know that there's a long road ahead for you in terms of healing, in terms of planting your seeds and them actually coming into fruition. So this is a really transitionary time for you, pile number 2, and it's a beautiful energy, you know, because at least like you're coming out of like this toxic situation, this dark, you know, restraint energy, and you're walking into your new energy, your new chapter, being very clear, being very intentional, and really knowing what it is that you want. Your ancestors are asking you to get into nature, though, to connect with them, okay? Get into nature, you know, really embody the coexistence energy and, you know, limit waste. So the way that I interpret that for you right now is that, yeah, get rid of what you don't want, get rid of what doesn't resonate with you, get rid of what no longer serves you, and really get into nature and ground. Because one of your self-care cards is ground yourself, actually, but we're gonna get to that in a minute. And this card came out for you, Anna, the grandmother of Jesus. And her message is seeding the light, laying foundations, you know, following the divine plan. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You are laying your foundations, walking away from things that really didn't work for you anymore, that were quite toxic. And you're seeding the light, and you're starting to lay new foundations for yourself, and starting and really following your intuition and following the plan of the divine. I really feel like you are on that path. You're on a clear path. And, you know, the word clarity keeps coming into mind over and over again. And I think that's your theme. The theme for this reading for you is clarity, you know, and divine timing. Yep, surrender to the divine timing. That is actually one of your surrender cards. I don't know if this is focusing there. Okay, surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. All right, so trust that universal flow, pile number 2, and really surrender to the process. I feel like you're on that path already, and you understand divine timing. You understand that there is a divine plan in action for you. So also surrender to the wisdom of your body. Okay. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. Wow. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Yes. Your body is always going to give you messages, like those gut feelings or the tingling sensations when you walk into a room or you find yourself in a situation and you get these sensations, or you get this like pain in your gut or whatever it is. Even if it's like when I'm in a good situation, like I feel my heart chakra expand, or or if I walk in a room and I know that there's good energy, I feel my heart expand and I start feeling joy out of nowhere. Yeah, that happens. So, and that happens to everyone mostly. So surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body. Listen to what these little signals are telling you, okay? Because it's their signs, their synchronicities, their guidance from your guides, all right? So your self-care right here is to ground yourself. Pile number 2, get grounded. Go out in nature, get into nature. That is one of the best ways to get grounded. When you sit in nature, sit in stillness and quiet and contemplation and meditation, and just be and listen. Okay, things will start coming to you, ideas, the answers to things will start coming to you, and they will just pop in your head because you are sitting still enough and quiet enough to receive that information. All right, another self-care is soak in a bath. If you have a bathtub, go ahead and soak in a bath and get, just chill and meditate in your bath. Have your candles, your crystals around. Get you some nice oils, a nice healthy, natural bath that you can soak in and, just relax. All right, pile number 2. So those are your messages, and I hope that resonated for you. And now I will move on to pile number 3. Pile number 3. All right, this is the last and final pile number 3. Here are your cards. Okay, so I smell success here. I smell success, wish fulfillment, but I also sense apprehension, okay, about something. All right, so the Ace of Wands and the Emperor. Let's dive into that. That is where I smell the success of new beginnings, of some sort of job opportunity, business opportunity, that you're being blessed with, okay, because you have worked so hard. All right, and it's going to be successful. Whatever you got coming in for you, pile number 3, is going to be a success. But I feel like you still are a little bit apprehensive. All right, I feel like this apprehension has to do with business, with a job, with an opportunity. 2 of Swords with the Queen of Pentacles, or you might be really apprehensive about someone who is presenting as the Queen of Pentacles, another business person, a partner, someone who is in your realm of business, of work, of, of livelihood. You're apprehensive. They might be giving you advice and you're not sure if you should take that advice, if it resonates with you and things like that. So you're kind of, while you have a lot going for yourself right now, you're still apprehensive about in making a specific decision about something. All right, but I feel like your wishes are coming true. You're very high vibrational right now, and I think that you're in your head a lot and very much thinking about things a lot because you've worked so hard to get to this point, and so you're in your head a lot. And I feel like you could benefit from I mean, not completely being out of your head, but like relax on the thinking so much. Stop overthinking and get down more into your heart space, okay? And I feel like the thing is that you are questioning the people around you. You don't trust people and things like that, okay? So call in your soul family. This is what this card is about, soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. I feel like you're like hoarding all your responsibilities, and you don't really have to, because you have people around you who can help you. You don't have to do everything alone. Pile number 3, always remember that. Call in your tribe, call in your people, the people who are close to you, who you trust, who know you well, and things like that. Call in your tribe for help, all right? It's really important that you don't hoard all of your responsibilities, because that's going to cause burnout, that's going to cause mistakes, and you're not going to be happy, okay? And you have been working really hard to get to this point, right? So you want to maintain your happiness at the same time while you're building your empire, while you're building this abundance. And also treat your body well. Take time to give yourself some care, all right? Take that time for, eating right, exercising, if a massage is what you like, whatever it is that you like to do for your body, for your physical body, fitness, yoga, meditation, anything that has to do with your body and treating your body well, please go ahead and do that, because that's really needed at this time, because you have a lot on your plate. And you always want to cover all bases in terms of your mental, your spiritual, and your physical. You want to make sure that everything is in alignment, all right? And surrender your addictions is one of your surrender cards, pile number 3. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, and I feel like overworking would be the one that you are addicted to, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Whatever it is that you feel like you're doing too much of, let go of that. You know what I mean? And find healthier alternatives, like the card says. All right, so surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic within us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. All right. So I feel like you right now, pile number 3, are at a place where like success and what you've been working so hard for is really knocking at your door. And it can be overwhelming when all of the things that you've been asking for are actually come into fruition, and you're like, wait a minute, okay, so what do I do now? And I feel like that's where you're at. You're at the precipice of that, and you're trying to figure things out, and you're trying to figure out how to maintain and to balance your mind, body, soul. And it is possible, you know what I mean? Just get out of your head a little bit more. Stop overthinking. Okay, get into your heart and follow your heart. Surrender your addictions, let go of things that aren't healthy for you anymore, and really understand that you are the prize. You are magic. You are the one that has it going on. You're co-creating your life. You are writing your own story, and you have magic within you. Everybody has a special uniqueness, a purpose, a fire inside of them that they are here to do. And that goes for you too, pile number 3. You are magic. Surrender to the magic of who you are. All right. And some self-care. Okay, so connect with your womb, okay? For those of you who have a womb, because I know everyone doesn't, who might be watching this video. Okay, so some of you are really in need of some womb care, All right, connecting with your womb, maybe doing one of those womb steams, those yoni steams, connecting with your sacral chakra, because that is tied to the womb as well. But for those of you who have maybe feel a little bit of imbalance in your womb, connect to your womb and look into some womb care, okay? Making an altar is the other self-care. Make an altar. Create a sacred space for yourself. And it doesn't have to be an altar of, like, you know, deities or anything like that. If it is, it is. But if it's not, it's not. It's just really about creating a sacred space somewhere where you can sit, where you can journal, where you can meditate, where you can sit in stillness and even pray, you know, somewhere where you can write your gratitude list. All right, create a sacred space for yourself, pile number 3. All right, so those are the messages, and this is going to conclude the pick a pile reading. I hope all of you had fun with these messages. If you'd like a personal reading with me, you can do so. Everything about me that you need to know is in the description box, so go ahead and check that out. Again, I love you all for watching. Thank you and take care.